What's the difference between the mystical zones and the law of attraction? Stick around and you'll find out. So, number one reason is because when people believe in this law of attraction, they actually think that they are magnetic. Once they've got into a high vibration and they've thought about the thing, they've felt feelings of the thing, they've believed in the thing so much that they know it's coming to them, they then believe they just have to sit back, do nothing, because the world of this law, this magnetic attractive force, will somehow make them magnetic, and the things they want will just like come to them because they're somehow phoretic, and whatever the thing is has become, the opposite to the magnet, and they're going to just get it. Or they think the things out there are going to become magnetic because their thoughts have somehow made what they want, the exact thing they want, magnetic enough to find the way to them. Well, that's not the case. Sorry to inform you. But manifesting, bringing into being that which you want, is a two-part act. You have to do something. Sorry to shock all the lazy people out there. I was one of them. It come as a major shock that I had to do so. But listen, even if you wanted to win the lottery, you have to put a ticket on, right? You can't just logically. We can't just sit and believe something. Our logic says, yeah, you can act like you believe it, but really, it's not just going to come. Because we know intrinsically. The reason we know is because we've got what I call an ESS, esoteric sensitivity system, which can tap in and download the information that will lead us to the fastest way to manifesting what we want. So basically, these mystical zones out there, not a law of attraction around us, we can attract people with our chemistry. That's an earthly thing. So, we can attract friendships, we can attract things that way, but not actual things at all. It's just not like that. There's frequencies in the universe, everything vibrates. Yes, our hearts are electromagnetic, but that's what booms out the actual ask for what we want. So when we visualize and we believe and we're in a high vibration, that's what taps us in past this realm that we're trapped in our meat suits, past the frequency fields, into the mystical zone that will best support you, guide you, or heal you if you're tapping into the vitality zone. That is what you'll tap into. So the algorithmic realm will give you the divine data. So you have to use your esoteric sensitivity system, to recognize what it is that you must do. So years ago, I used to walk in a shop and the book would be there that I wanted, Dante's Inferno. I was after that for ages, and there it was. As soon as I started thinking about it, I walked in the charity shop and it was there. So the old me said, oh, I've manifested it. Like, that book appeared on that shelf magically because that book knew I was going in that shop. No, that's not the way. What actually happened is I felt like going in that shop today because I knew somebody had brought that in. My S-awareness, which you get light bulb moments to, and you get the gut visceral inklings, which, go into your heart to give you that yes-no feeling that defies logic. When you're going to walk down a street you've walked 100 times and all of a sudden today, I just have a feeling I'm not going down there. Defies logic. That's your S telling you. Once you've tapped in with your ask, whatever you want to manifest, what will happen if you're tuned in is you will be directed by the divine data or guidance You know, you can call them guides, angelic realms, the muse. You know, if you want inspiration for an artistic project, you would tap into the creative realm, for example. But most of us want the divine data, which means we'll walk past a billboard and it'll be brighter to us because of our inner awareness alerting us to that and zoning out everything else around us, so that we do focus on that, and it'll have a message in it that leads us to something else. Or so when we've tapped in on Google, instead of looking at the top, we might suddenly go to like the 5th one down for some reason. We don't know, but that will lead us to the thing, because our inner self and our intuition knows there's something in there for us, because we tapped in and asked for help, guidance, assistance. When we've tapped in and we see what it is, and we know we've got to go on this course, we've got to go on that course, we've got to put effort in, we've got to do this, we've got to do that, and then that will lead to that. But if I did do that, that would be quicker than the way I had, you know, first imagined. So you might say, oh, I manifested this thing, came up on the internet, and all of a sudden I was led down this path that if it wasn't for that, not this, so I manifested it through putting it in because the laws of attraction just put it in front of me. No. Everything's already been around us there. And there's quantum realities that our minds can create. But to step through into that reality, we have to do certain things to not only open the door, but to enter that realm. And we will have had to have done the things first. You know, if you want to be a famous singer, you've got to at least make some songs up and go in the studio and record them, and then look for the greatest producer and publisher, blah, 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 blah. You can't just sit around and think, I want a partner, but never go on a dating website, I'll never go out. You just imagine it and you clear the wardrobe and the side of the bed and all that lot. So, yeah, that's the difference between the mystical zones that I'm saying we tap into for our guidance. Now, our brains are transmitters and receivers, and our hearts the same. So our hearts will get the information from our guts, and it has neurons in there and can connect to the brain. The feeling of what the higher guidance is telling us. So the spirit normally comes through the light bulb moments and the subconscious, but your soul comes through your gut. So your soul has its own goal and intents, and before it came here, and also, you know, that's why we have to get aligned with our human self, brain and heart, as well as our spiritual self, subconscious and gut, to tap in. So we need lots of tricks and tools and rituals and skills and mindset shifts, luminous views to actually tap into. We need to know what we're tapping into, what we get back, and what we have to do in order to manifest. That way you're in power. You're not ever going to say, well, I believed as much as she did, but it didn't come to me. I must be crap at manifesting. No, we need to take back our power. And the true way to alchemize your life is by showing the mystical zones that you're going to do everything that it shows you to do. Your will, your drive, your focus, your everything. It will be less effort because you're in that flow, you're in that will, and it's coming to you before you end up, you'll be walking in that different quantum reality that you visualize. But you've done it with the help of the higher dimensions, spiritual realms, mystical zones, God force, angels, call it what you want. I call it intelligent transcendence, which is also eminent throughout, so we can tap in and we can download the information, so which is being proven by science now. These are transmitters and receivers. We need that heart boom to boom it out there of our toroidal field into the zones, and it'll be brought back into us as long as we know what we're looking for. That's the difference between the law of attraction and the mystical realms, mystical zones, whatever you want to call it. That place up there that gives you help. There you go. See you soon.